All life story, Earth story, carved in stone. Layer by layer, pages of a primal book. Rock holds memory of vanished ages. Paleontologists descend, traveling through time. Deeper layers reveal older worlds. Between strata lies a chasm. It splits two alien eras of life. Ask one question, Earth's worst catastrophe. Most recall the dinosaurs' fall. But that answer is wrong. Today we journey deeper into stone. We reach a cataclysm that nearly ended all. The culprit was shocking. Something none of us can live without. A tale of one invention by tiny bacteria. It almost killed all life. Then became the base of all breath today. How terrifying was this event? And why do we know so little? We'll uncover it now. To grasp its horror, we descend first into two far more famous extinctions. Only then find the worst of all. We descend to a boundary, 66 million years old. The one that killed the dinosaurs. In rocks worldwide, the line is sharp. Below lie Cretaceous layers, the dinosaurs' last reign. They're packed with giant reptile bones. Above begins a new world, no big beasts remain. No four-legged creature heavier than 25 kilos. Only small beings, hiding our own ancestors. Barely a quarter of species survived the shift. This line splits two worlds, frozen in stone. In 1980, Luis and Walter Alvarez studied it in Italy. In a thin dark layer, they found iridium, rare on Earth, rich in asteroids. That tiny clue exposed a crime millions of years before man. From one thin layer, scientists rebuilt a planet's darkest day. Thus rose the famed theory: an asteroid struck Yucatan, 10 kilometers wide, leaving a crater nearly 200 kilometers across. Impact spread iridium worldwide, sparking climate chaos. In 30,000 years it killed dinosaurs and 3/4 of life. Dust and soot veiled skies, sun dimmed, plants died, food chains fell. That thin dark scar in stone, held by father and son, is the lone memory of the day 150 million years of rule ended. It seemed no horror worse, yet that cosmic strike was not Earth's deadliest extinction. Dive 200 million years deeper, Permian's end reveals a far greater catastrophe. This killer rose not from space, but Earth's core. Monstrous eruptions raged for hundreds of thousands of years, drowning lands in lava, choking skies with ash and poison. Air poisoned, oceans soured, oxygen vanished. Wild temperature swings finished survivors. Climate went mad, whole families vanished forever. Including trilobites and ammonites, rulers of ancient seas. In the end, 96% of marine life and 70% of land life died. They called it the Great Dying. Long deemed the planet's deadliest disaster. Life stood on the brink of total erasure. And recovery took millions of years. Yet one last contender lurks for that grim crown. Hidden billions of years deeper, at life's dawn. To find it, we descend 2.5 billion years back. To an age ruled only by microbes. Back then, life clung to hydrothermal vents. On the ocean floor, smoking pipes spewing. Scalding mineral streams. Bacteria fed there. But could not stray far, and food was scarce. Life was trapped in tiny oases around hot springs. Like wanderers at rare wells in endless desert, fighting for warmth and food. Then, in these cramped underwater cities, something strange began. Random gene shifts taught microbes new tricks. New ways to harvest energy, and share them with kin. Trading tiny gene shards, like handshakes. A stunning gift, one microbe could steal skills fast. No need to wait for chance in offspring. New tricks raced through underwater cities. That birthed wild diversity in shadow seas. And sparked a force destined to remake Earth. In that age, not one plant existed. No animal, not even a cell with a core. The world belonged to unseen bacteria, forever. Yet these tiny beings would flip it all. The breakthrough, pigments that trapped light's power. Suddenly, microbes drew strength from the sun. Before, life clung to meager vent chemistry. Now, endless energy poured from the sky. Sunlight was boundless, free to all survivors. Thus, photosynthesis was born. Yet here lurks the first illusion. It wasn't the green water school photosynthesis. The first was bizarre poison chemistry with exotic parts. Purple bacteria fed on unseen infrared light. They used hydrogen and dissolved sulfur compounds. And dumped yellow sulfur and burning acid as waste. So the first sun-eating world was a foul toxic swamp. But this wasn't the coming disaster yet. Still, it was a colossal breakthrough. For the first time, life broke free from vent heat. And tapped endless energy flooding the planet. The road to light opened, no way back. Microbes kept evolving, trading genes, testing all. At last, improved photosynthesis appeared. New green pigments caught red and blue light, more power. The chemistry grew simpler, no longer sulfur-bound. But fueled by ordinary, everywhere water. In this new photosynthesis, sun's energy fuses with carbon dioxide and water to feed the cell. This method endured. And it endures today. All green plants and algae rest on it. Every leaf. Every blade, every algae still use that invention. Born from ancient bacteria billions of years ago. One of life's great turns. But this triumph had a dark side. It spawned waste far deadlier than sulfur. Waste destined to kill its makers. And we still live with it. Oxygen. Oxygen doesn't seem horrific. We can't imagine a world without it. All life breathes it now. Yet here lies a grave mistake. 2.5 billion years ago oxygen was a sinister novelty. The planet utterly unready. It was the first toxic waste, poisoning the world. The truth shocks. What we call life's synonym, without which no animal exists, was once lethal poison, a killer invention. This is oxygen's greatest myth. At first, it was curse, not gift. The first mass pollution wasn't human factories, but tiny bacteria, billions of years before us. Proof of that age still remains today. One nearly derailed an expedition. September 1844, Lake Superior, North America. Geologist William Byrd hunted ore. Suddenly, his compass went mad. The needle locked on a hillside. No matter his turn, it pulled there, as if a hidden magnet lurked inside. His men dug, blasted, tore at stone. They revealed vivid red and black layers. Some thin as hair, others man-sized. They stretched like pages of stone. Iron ran over 30%, not the usual 5%. With one compass, Byrd struck treasure. Yet the true marvel was their story. Named banded iron formations, they fueled industry. But they whisper more than or alone. Born from ancient planetary upheaval. In oceans 2.5 billion years ago, born of a world in crisis. Water photosynthesis unleashed oxygen into seas for the first time. Oxygen, hyperactive, bonded instantly with nearly everything. It struck dissolved iron, forging iron oxide, ordinary rust. From coasts of swarming bacteria spread apocalyptic red haze. Imagine Earth then, vast seas drowned in rust. Waters scarred, stained sinister rusty tones. Rust sank, layering red iron beds, black anoxic seams. This rhythm preserved a war for survival. Microbes invented new photosynthesis, but had no defense against their own oxygen. Unshielded, poison built inside their cells. It tore fragile chemistry that sustained life. Microbes suffocated in their own waste. They died in swarms at their peak. Too many microbes, too much oxygen, iron could no longer bind it. Then poison, like war gas, swept bacterial colonies. Sun fed no more, killing them instantly. Oxygen output nearly ceased. And deep calm returned. On the floor lay black, anoxic layers. Survivors crawled back. Their numbers rose, cycle reset. For millions of years, flare after flare. Life bloomed, then died, oxygen rose and fell, red rust layers alternated with black. Push by push, striped rocks built. Stone record of a brutal war lasting 200 million years. Each red layer a memory of life's birth and death in its own toxin, each black layer a lull. When poison shallows emptied, oxygen retreated. For 200 million years. Life neared the abyss, recoiled, unable to win or die outright. But this was only the dawn of oxygen catastrophe. Studying ancient rock, geologists saw a sharp shift 2.5 billion years ago. Black sands and riverbeds turned red, spreading across the globe. Around 2.5 billion years ago, the planet rusted. This global threshold, when black turned red, scientists call crucial. A milestone in Earth's story, called the Oxygen Revolution. Tiny unseen bacteria rewrote the planet's chemistry, from seabed to sky. How did microbes break free from endless cycles of bloom and death? Given time, photosynthetic bacteria evolved, enduring their own toxic gas. Oxygen no longer killed them outright. They lived longer, bred, and held the sunlit shallows. Unrestrained, they devoured sunlight, exhaling ever more oxygen. Soon the seas ran out of iron to bind the excess. The age of banded iron ended. Oxygen filled the oceans. It dissolved, spreading relentless from shore to abyss. Currents carried oxygen-rich waters to the farthest seas. What was once confined to shallows now engulfed the planet. Escape from this unseen poison grew harder. It became catastrophe for all other life. Microbe clans clinging to hydrothermal vents never changed their ancient ways. They traded genes with sun lovers, no shield from toxic oxygen. And now it slaughtered them mercilessly. Worse, oxygen clashed with iron, sulfur, and other vent-borne matter, binding them into unreachable deposits. Thus creatures lost the very food their lives clung to. As oxygen spread through seas, one microbe city after another fell, poisoned, starved, strangled, rusted to death. Bitterest of all, these ancient clans had done no wrong. They simply lived as they had for billions of years. But the world changed beyond recognition, and they failed to adapt. That failure became their death sentence. No salvation anywhere. Sun bacteria forged a new order, leaving room only for those enduring their poison. Yet even that was not the end, for the deadliest blow came not from poison, but cold. As with dinosaurs, the final strike was climate's wrath. And once more, stones tell the tale. In 1868, near Lake Huron, geologists found strange rock, piles of stones and boulders, fused in thin gray cement-like stone. Rocks of every kind. None found for hundreds, even thousands of miles. The largest boulders were too heavy for wind or water to carry. Some weighed tons. It seemed they fell from the sky. Today we know such boulders truly drop not from heavens, but melting glaciers. Ice rips stone from bedrock, dragging it thousands of miles on frozen roads, then dumps it where it melts. Only unstoppable glacier flow can haul so much rock so far. These Lake Huron boulders, 2 billion years old, remain from a colossal ice field that once crawled across Earth. Thus geologists traced one of the harshest ice ages in history, the one after the oxygen catastrophe, the final nail in life's coffin. Here's what happened. Filling oceans, oxygen seeped into air. There it reacted not only with rock but with gases, destroying methane molecules, turning them into carbon dioxide. Yet on ancient Earth, methane trapped heat far better than carbon dioxide, a warm blanket for the planet. And when Oxygen tore off that methane blanket, Earth's temperature began to fall. The ancient air itself. Methane kept Earth warm, oxygen killed it. Heat drained fast, microbes devoured more gas. They stripped CO2, the last shield. The sun burned weak. Earth plunged into an ice age beyond measure. Rivers, lakes, seas froze, ice crawled to the equator. Soon the planet wore a solid armor of ice. Earth became a snowball, locked for 300 million years. Ice 100 meters thick bound the world. Picture it, a planet sealed white, no water, no land. For 300 million years, silence reigned. Even the culprits died in their frozen tomb. Under ice, eternal night killed sun-fed microbes. They doomed themselves. Revolution birthed extinction. The greatest die-off Earth ever saw. Forgotten beside dinosaurs and Permian death, no beasts, no familiar life. All perished. Just unseen microbes, so the disaster feels distant, trivial. Yet its scale eclipses all others. Then life collapsed like never before. Scientists date it 2.5 to 2 billion years ago. About 99% of Earth's life died. To grasp the horror, compare with dinosaurs. When 3/4 of species vanished. Or the Permian kill, erasing 96% of sea life. The oxygen catastrophe beat them all. Ancient microbial oceans wiped forever. Most creatures never returned. The old ecosystem gone without trace. Only about 1% endured the toxic ice age. Hidden in deep refuges safe from poison and frost. Or rare warm coastal oases spared the freeze. Imagine the narrow crack life squeezed through. Just 100th, a handful amid cosmic death. All life today, us included, descends from those few who endured against all odds. Here lies the most stunning paradox. Oxygen photosynthesis, a humble trick of tiny bacteria. Made nearly 2.5 billion years ago, it's the bedrock of almost all modern ecosystems. Foundation for green plants, algae, and every breathing creature. Yet its rise nearly wiped all life off the planet. How horrific was the Great Oxidation Event? Earth's worst catastrophe, worse than dinosaurs or the Permian extinction combined. And the most forgotten. Life nearly killed itself with its own greatest invention. But it endured, rebuilt, and bloomed anew. Without that disaster, we wouldn't exist. That oxygen, built up over billions of years, birthed complex cells. Then animals, plants, and finally humans. The poison that once ravaged the planet became fuel for all future complex life. Every breath you take, you inhale that same poison. It nearly snapped life's thread. Now it's life's backbone. That's the greatest, most unexpected lesson from the oldest catastrophe. So it's not all hopeless. Life can destroy the world, and remake it. The line between death and rebirth is thinner than we think.